Hey guys, it's ShadowStables here, and today I will be doing my Pre-Breyerfest collection tour. I know you guys don't want to hear me yammer on about my life story, so we're just going to move on straight to the models. Okay, so we are going to start up here at the top shelf. This here is Johnny, or Johnny Quest. Next to him is a little vintage foal. Her name is Zara, or Star-Studded. Next to her, this is North, or Sub-Zero. Next to him, this is Snape, or Potions Master. Next to him, this is P.T. Barnum, or Prince of Humbug. And up here, wearing a costume for a series I have planned, this is Aries, or Fire with Fire. Here is Cat, or Two to Tango. Next to her, this is Bucky, or Winter Soldier. Beside him, this is Viago, or 18th Century Dandy. Next to him, this is Jareth, or Goblin King. And beside him is Valkyrie, and that is her one and only name because Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok is just that fabulous. Yeah. Down here on the middle shelf, this is Domino, or Silver Bullet. Next to her is Sparkles, which is his nickname, but his actual name is Grandmaster. Next to him, this is Kaiba, or Surefire Pride, who is sporting some lovely tack I got from Infinity Breyers. The halter is mine, but that beautiful blanket, it belongs to Infinity Breyers, so that's awesome. Next to him, this is Anubis, or Judgment Day. Here is Thunder, or Son of Osiris. Here, sporting some lovely circus tack that I made, this is Thor, or God of Thunder. Next to him, also wearing a circus ringmaster outfit, and he has his little hat there. This is Marius, or Romanian Ringmaster. This is Sebastian, or Seal the Deal. This here is Jed, or Jedediah. This is Leo, or Semper Fi, who is wearing a lovely little Scooby-Doo blanket that I made, and it's actually for sale, so yes. Here, this is Scarlet, or Crimson Witch. This is Flim Flam, or Gonna Start a Hustle. Next to him, this is Morty, or 18th Dynasty. And here is a custom in the works. He is Peter Parker, and he's a Spider-Man inspired custom. He's not done yet, but he's got some of his details, some of his herring there. And he is a Bay Roan, and he's probably going to get some more details later today, but yes, this is him, and he is lovely, and I love him, so, yep. Now, on to the bottom shelf. This is Tony, or Wings of Iron. This is Katana, or Double Life. This is Shadi, or Anubis' Disciple. This is Seth, or Till Death Do Us Part. Here is Cap, or Frozen in Time. This is Dunkirk, and he only has one name because I don't have a show name for him. So, next to him, this is Clint, or Never Miss a Shot. This down here is this nameless custom that I finished, started in February, and she's a chocolate palomino. I do not have a name for her yet, but we're working on that. Moving on to the ethereals, this is Loki, or Livid La Vida Loki. This here is Jack, or Jack Frost. This is Atlas, or Master Magic. This is Crom, or Exalted Prince. And this is Grimsy, or Flip a Coin. This here is Akhman-Ra, or Written in Gold, and he is my only Peter Stone, and he is a custom, and he is my horse son, and I love him. Next to him, this is T'Challa. He's one of my new guys, and his show name is Black Panther, obviously. I actually got this model the week that Black Panther came out, so I figured that we would go with that name, because it's just perfect. Now, of course, with T'Challa, we have Shuri, because can't have the big brother without the little sister, so her show name is Child Prodigy. Beside her, this is Ket, or Forgotten Pharaoh. Back here is this nameless custom that I did, and he is a red roan pinto, and he's got a badger face because I'm obsessed with badger faces, and I also resculpted his forelock. And his mane, as you can see there, I would take him out, but his tail would kill the horses next to him, so that is him. Up here, this is Finny, or Finian, next to him, who he's like nose bumping here. This is Soma, or Soma Osman Kadar. Yeah, big name for that guy. Next to him is Agni, or Complete 180, who is still wearing his necklace from playing Set in Heart of Egypt. Isn't that lovely? And of course, North, the Gypsy Vanner, has his actual tack, so he's naked except for that one necklace. Okay, down here, this is Dexter, or Avenging Angel. This is Agent, or Agent 47. This is Ramus, or Walk in the Moonlight, and he's wearing his necklace to play Lester Cross in Broken. So, yeah, a lot of my horses still have costumes on from a number of things, so I apologize if that's distracting, but yep, looking fabulous. Okay, next to him is Darius, or Taste the Rainbow. That's kind of an inside joke between a friend of mine and I, and yeah, that's a long story. Next to him, this is a custom I did on the Geronimo mold, and he's a portrait model of a horse from a cartoon from the Smurfs, actually, that is ridden by a squire named Johann, and his name is Bayard. Next to him, this is Quill, or Star-Lord, and then here is just Spirit and Rain, and they don't have any other names. I'm gonna go down here, and there's all these like nameless stablemates. None of them have names because I don't really like collect stablemates. The only one that has a name is this jumper here, and his name is Chevy, or Chevis Regal, because he's named after a horse that I used to ride and I used to do jumping with. So yeah, and I actually got him from my horse trainer many years ago. I was like 6 years old or so. So it's been about 12 years. He's an old one. Yeah, and then there's that little Arab I got back there from, or she's not an Arab. Her friend here is an Arab. They came together, so I don't know why. She's a thoroughbred. She's a thoroughbred mare, but yeah. I got her from a friend who I got the Arab with her as well, which is why I called her an Arab. Trust me, I know horse breeds. I just had a brain fart. My bad. Sorry. This here is a custom done by me. It's kind of hard to see him back there. I'm going to take him out. This is Poseidon, and he's getting a new paint job soon. I'm going to strip him and redo him because I started him when I first started like resculpting and painting, and so his paint job is a mess, and it's so cringeworthy to look at. But I like the idea of his coat, but I just painted him terribly, and the way I did his eyes, they're like going two different directions, and it's so bad. I like the colors, though, of his eyes, but he needs some help. So I'm gonna put him back here, and then we're gonna go on to the other custom who needs help. This foal was one of those haired models from God knows when. I got her when I got those two stablemates from before. I resculpted her mane and tail, and I repainted her because those haired models are so bad. And she also had this weird, like, chunk of paint or something on her side that I sanded off because it was really bad. And yeah, so I ended up repainting her. And the thing is that these haired models is they have these enormous eyeballs, so when you paint their eyes, they look either terrified or, like in her case, really disturbed or surprised. So her name, who is an inside joke between me as Stormy Strikes and DB Productions. I don't know if they remember, but we had this conversation about her on Instagram, looking like she's seen some things, so that is her name. Seen some things. She's seen a lot. Now, moving on, this is Joker, or Noah's Ark. This is just, I guess, she doesn't really have a name, like a permanent name. Like, I keep changing it, but I think I'm gonna stick with Kima, because that was her name in Heart of Egypt, and I honestly don't have anything better. And I also have to repaint, because she has these weird paint globs on her butt, and they were not there until my air conditioner went out, like 2 weeks ago, and it got really hot in here, so she ended up, her butt got stuck to Joker, and I had to pretty much peel her off of Joker, and it was really awkward, so her paint like bubbled up and like came off, so now I have to redo her. Isn't Florida lovely? It's just so freaking hot here, so when the AC goes out, it's like living on the surface of the sun. It's terrible. This here is this random classic that's in here. I do have other classics elsewhere, but I'm not sure where. He's the only one that I really like, because I don't really collect classics. Like, personally, I think classics, like, the molds are usually kind of... How do I describe them? Like, they're kind of crunchy, I guess you could say. But, his name is Yugi, but he doesn't really have a show name or anything, but that's him back there in his adorable red roan glory. Down here is, let's see if I can see, it's really dark back here in this corner, so it's kind of hard to see. You can see that awkward, like, ugly custom in the back there, who's the undesirable back in the shadows. But, this little foal here, she doesn't have a name, but she was supposed to play, Ket as a foal in Heart of Egypt, but we have not gotten there yet. And, I'm still not sure if I'm going to redo Heart of Egypt or not, because that's a thing. I'm probably going to end up redoing it, because I don't like how I scripted it, so yeah. But she's still wearing the little outfit, and I love it, so it stays. Here's this random deer, who's just kind of there. And oh, actually, there's one guy I forgot, who's way up there. I'm going to get him. This is Leone, because, I mean, the non-horse animals reminded me, but this is Leone. And, he's a mountain lion, but he actually has a actual lion's mane that can come on and off, because he's going to play a lion, like an actual, like, lion in a series that I'm working on, which is like a circus-based series. And he's just this awkward lion, and his character's really funny, and he's just kind of like really chill, and he's not at all ferocious. He just pretends like he is to put on a show. So, yeah. That is him, and he kind of lives up there with all, like, my other junk, because I don't have a place for him, and his tail always murders all the horses, so that's where he lives. But yeah, so the deer's nameless as well. Up here, this is Scooby, or Scooby-Doo, and he's also an inside joke, because his name is based off of a horse character in something that I wrote, so, whose name was Scooby, and he eats holes in people's pants, because he's a chewy horse. He's very chewy. Next to him, this is Ishizu, or Ishtar's Legacy. And this is Dastardly, or Double Zero. This dude up here, who is the gem of my entire collection, which is why he has a shelf all by himself, because he is a VIP. This is Bowie, or Starman, and I love him so much. I didn't even realize he was a grail of mine until I actually got him. Yeah, he was my first Dakota, and he was a glossy, so that was Breyerfest 2014. That was lovely. I love him so much, oh my lord. And of course I have my David Bowie album behind him. But actually over here I also have another David Bowie album, but this horse, this is Haji, or Sim Sim Selabim. If you get all the references I made of all these horses, I love you, and you're a wonderful person. You have a great day. But yeah, so that is my collection and my pre-Breyerfest collection tour. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time.